Alright, so back to what I was saying about you taking off on your kids and how they're going to see all this shit on YouTube. And the fact that they're going to see that miserable piece of shit, never smiling mother of theirs. And how elated and happy and joyous she has been since she don't have custody of her kids anymore. And you're just going to walk away from them. I would say that takes a lot of balls. But that's about the most unballsy move I think I've ever seen. Like, that is like -0 in the having balls genre. Like, almost as if you have a pinkish hue. You know what I'm saying? Pink. Pink. You know, sooner or later, you're gonna get caught on one of these things. And you think you're so slick. Then you're going to his facility. Like I was saying earlier, you're old. You're old. You're soft. And you ain't got nobody who's going to be regularly putting money on your books. So you could possibly, I don't know, maybe buy somebody some ho-hos so they don't turn your ass out on the block. But that's your future. Especially in light of this. Because you think you are so smart. You outsmarted everybody, right? You make a really dumb, stupid, beyond stupid move. Get yourself caught. Oh, you know what's really going to probably happen, Don? I'm going to pretend I'm a psychic for a minute. Okay, ready? Alibaba, alakazam. Your old lady's going to get you. Boom, boom. She's going to get pissed off about something you say or do. And like over 70% of people who get busted for like manufacturing or, you know, huge syndicate crimes and things like that, you know, they get popped. 9 out of 10 times, they piss a bitch off. She picks up the phone, she calls 911, she says, come get this motherfucker, he's doing this, and this. And she hangs up the phone. And then you walk in with, like, you know, some roses or some shit, and she's like, oh, oops, baby, guess what I just did? But by then, they're coming through the door. And they're carting you away. You remember how much younger she is than you, right? I mean, kind of, you know, it's weird because it kind of looks, if you go on looks, you would think it was the reverse. Just saying. But you do have, you know, big chunk of age difference there. So she's still maybe got, I don't know, a little bit of her prime left and you don't. So the chances of her waiting for you are so slim. Like, they're, like, watch the films from last time you're in. Your odds of your old lady waiting for you, I don't think she would wait for you through a red light, let alone a long bed. But that's your honey, that's your baby, that's who you're willing to give up your kids, your job, your hill, everything for, huh? The reason you don't know where your daughter is, most likely, the person who was texting more than a few little boys and things. But then again, I mean, you really can't hold that against her on the shit you do, though. Like, you know what I mean? That's just, wow, you two are, like, really messed up. Like, how much penicillin do you people buy a year? Like, for real. I would imagine it's got to be a lot because, like, you're hanging out in crack houses with crack whores, and she's rocking with little boys, like, and then you're both like, ooh. Ew, that's really bumping uglies, huh? Like, I hope used to or not. Mm. Sorry, I can't even say. But it has to do something with the mouth. I don't want to think about that. Oh my god. Well, you won't have to worry about that when you're in jail either way. Like, the whole option will be taken away from you. Like, everything else, your decision will be made for you. And apparently, you go with that. You want to be told when to get up, when to go down, when to eat, when to shit, when to take a shower, when to shut your mouth. Right? And your girly girl over there, she'll sell all your stuff. Yeah, I still want to know, what did she need money for while you were in jail that she sold that Bronco? I mean, Suburban. Sorry, I'm a Ford person. She sold the Suburban to Kathy because she supposedly needed money for what? She didn't pay the electric bill. The electric went off. She wasn't feeding the kids, so she didn't have to pay for that. She didn't even pay the child support. She was driving the Subaru, so it's not like, she had to pay astronomical fuel. So what does she need that money for? Oh, H might need some twisted teas and some vapes, and Candy Pants had to go get it for him and take him down to the park, because in order for her to do that for him, he has to do a little something for her. And you know how it goes, because like you yourself has told us several stories about underage kids and being sold for sex in places you've been, and maybe you told Candace one too many times, and now she knows where they're actually located, and she frequents them too. Is that what you used to do? Is like a couple's vacation? You used to go like on a child molesting spree. These guys got like resorts and shit that your whole little pedo syndicate visit yearly. They got timeshares and shit in there. Instead of just having a timeshare on like an apartment or a little bungalow, you got timeshares on little fucking girls and shit, right? Little 5-year-old girls. Like, yeah. Why doesn't it vary, Don? Why is it always the same? Besides that 14-year-old girl in the last story you mentioned, all these kids that you find in these precarious situations where there's no parents around, and you gallantly ride in on your white steed and save them. Why are they all the same age, dude? Your sister, Summer, the little girl in the driveway in the story you told, the 2 little boys in the crack house with the 75-year-old black lady, and the 5 and the 6-year-old kid were sitting there smoking, I forget whether you said coke or meth, but because you took the 14-year-old home after you found her on a street corner soliciting, and you were so concerned, and such a good guy, Don. I admire you. Like, I mean, the sacrifices you make for the greater good of your environment just are endless. Said nobody fucking ever? Seriously? I don't even know how I said that with a straight face, fool. Like, you and her are just really fucked. Really, really fucked. And running from your kids is going to make them pretty equivalent to what you are now. But you actually have a choice on if your kids go as far into being depraved as you did. Like, do something for them. At least. Like, after all this bullshit that, seeming more and more like, they're not accusations. They are factual, actual happenings in these kids' life. For the majority of the time that they've been on this earth, they have been experiencing the screaming, the yelling, the fighting, the you taking off for days, and you know, um, I would not venture out to say you were one of the most intelligent people I've ever heard of, but I would say you gotta at least be intelligent enough to know that while you're on one of your little hooker hiatuses, how do you think she's treating them kids? Like, as more and more hours go by, days, nights, you think she's just blowing bubbles at the house, imitating Michael Jackson? No, no. She's being nastier and nastier, and probably drunker and drunker. And obviously, it doesn't look like she remembers to feed the kids unless you're around to tell her, like, she's a moron for not remembering to feed the kids. Because from the time you went to Arizona until the time Summer disappeared, she went down a steady decline in everything. She looked like she was starving. She looked like she was very abused. And most of it was probably because you were in Utah. And Darling over there wasn't getting her way. So she had to be spiteful and mean to a little baby girl. You're a baby girl. And you don't care. You don't care about that. And you don't care about walking away from your sons. I hope you will soon. I hope somebody recognizes you. And I hope somebody helps you to put things in perspective order. Maybe make your kids a priority. Remember, no Summer, no peace. None. None to be seen. Matter of fact, my peace account is in the negative. I can't make no withdrawals to give any peace. I might even face a surcharge for overdrafts because it's kind of like fucks I give for Candace. Negative zero, baby. Unless she wants to go for that walk. I would love to go for a walk with her. I'll even hug her. I will. I'll hug her. That way she won't be scared of the animals or stuff. You know what I mean? I'll be right there for her. I'll be her shoulder. I'll be her guiding light in the dark. No, not really, but, you know, I can wish, right? Alright, done. I'll be back. And you're an ass. Says your kids.